Welcome back to another episode of Excuse My Grandma. It's Kim and my co-host,
Grandma Gail.
If you're watching this episode, either clips on social media or YouTube or Spotify, you can see we are in our Florida setting.
Yeah, well, we came down for a little bit to get unpacked and get the season going.
Season 4, full-time for me. It's probably your season.
90th. No, I think
Full-time season.
Full-time season for me is probably 30 years. So this
Wow.
is the 30th year of my full-time season in Florida.
Big deal.
Big deal.
So yeah, we aren't here for good yet because we're going to do Thanksgiving in
New York. Because half the family is in the city, and it's very difficult. So
when you came down, was there anything in shambles, or everything was like good and it felt normal to be back?
No, Poppy came down a little before me. He went to the market. He did a good job. I gave him a list. Of course, whatever was not on the list, he didn't buy. So when I came down the next day, I must have gone to Publix at least 4 times.
You would have done that anyway, even if you got everything.
I know, I love Publix. And I was so tired at the end of the day, we were going to go out for dinner. And I said, no, I'm going to get a chicken at Publix. And that was really, that roast chicken family style was excellent. My compliments to the chef at Publix. But it's very easy. The weather was very hot the first day or two I got
nice, like
here.
perfect beach weather that I felt like I needed to be like going from New York City. Now I feel like I'm in Florida. And although now it
became a monsoon.
Raining. So
we've got 2 good days.
We were saying that we like going back and forth though, like it
change of season. It's fun to have a little bit of, especially during the holiday time. I like it to be cooler. To me, that puts me into a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or a Hanukkah mode. I can't quite feel when it's 90 degrees that I can say jingle bells. I mean, it just doesn't flow properly.
I always felt that weird with people who live in California. Like, how do you have a Christmas tree or something?
Right.
Like, you're at the pool. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Somehow those are winter holidays where you consider them winter holidays. But we went, before we came down, we went to a wonderful holiday party at I believe it was an Irish center on Fifth Avenue. It wasn't an embassy. I think it's just.
I don't know what it was, but it was like
so
old
pretty.
Money vibes. Like it was so like old New York,
pretty.
Fancy, pretty.
Yeah. It was very, very much in the style of the Rockefellers.
Yeah, and it was a party for like Loft and Taylor, Talbots, that whole umbrella.
And we were very fortunate. We, of course, met with the CEO of the company, who was charming, and we loved it. And she introduced us to one of the editors of Women's Wear, and we had a lovely article in Women's Wear Online. For those who don't know what Women's Wear is, it's a paper that's devoted to the retail business. It used to be a very big, that you could buy it at the newsstand, and people really were very excited about that. Now I think it's strictly online, as is everything today. But we had a lovely little article in that, Kim, didn't you think?
Yeah.
Even the picture was nice.
Yeah, I did like that picture of us. I was like not sure if I was going to make the red cardigan work. Like,
yeah, but you did.
Yeah. Well, Talbots, I love everything. And it was like the greatest quality, like fit me perfectly. So I was like, it can't really be bad. I just get nervous with red.
No, but red is good because you have dark hair.
I
you
know.
Look good
so
in
you
red.
would think it's good, but like sometimes it's just too much.
Well, you wore it with black pants, so
right.
it wasn't too
if
much.
I did all red, it would have been too much.
Then you would have looked like Santa Claus.
Yeah, but some people don't. Some people can carry like a red
if you're very,
suit.
very tall, you can carry it off. But short people can't wear red pants, a red jacket. It's too much. You got to break up the whole solidness of it. But anyway, the party was nice, and I think it was just very festive. Lots of pictures. We got some hot chocolate to take home with us from Serendipity, which was fun.
Did you try
that was cute.
it?
No, I haven't had a chance because then we came down to Florida. But when I go back up this week, maybe I'll bring it out for Thanksgiving and we'll all have hot chocolate.
I'm actually excited because I have a few holiday parties this year, and I don't think I ever go to holiday parties.
Well,
I feel like I can't think of one holiday party in the past like that I went to because I don't know. But
you're going to the QVC at Radio City, right?
Yeah, I'm going to that, which is very exciting.
For the Rockettes, which is always fun. That's
on
the
Friday.
Christmas show.
I wish you were coming, but I know you have to come back here.
I know I have to. I'm here for a while, so then I'm going to come back the following week. I can't. I wish I was coming too, because that's a fun evening. But
Yeah, and we even, I mean, now that we're down in Palm Beach, there was even like I guess it wasn't holiday as much, but Naturopathica, the spa, opened up at the Colony Hotel, and they did like a little holiday-ish party the other night that we went to, and we got facials, which was
and
great.
I got a massage. That was fun. I mean, it's very, for people who come down here to visit. If you would like a good facial or massage, it's a very intimate setting at the Colony, and you just have to make a res, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was really lovely, and the hotel itself is so charming because it's all very old world Floridian in decor. So that's a fun thing.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then of course it rained. So we, in between raindrops, we were running from place to place. We actually went yesterday to Rosemary Square, which has become it's a new center, which was the old City Place. And
I
we
still
went
call it City Place.
I know,
don't
but
care.
we went to look around. It's
Not
just
changing.
a brand new space, really. It's fun. A lot of new restaurants there. And, of course, they're opening a big, where Macy's used to be, they're opening a hotel or an apartment building, which is about a year away. Everything takes much longer down here for whatever reason.
So this episode comes out a week before Thanksgiving. What does Thanksgiving usually look like for our family?
Well, it usually is everybody cooking something.
It's already a lie. We did that once.
Well, I think we're going to do it again because not any one person is going to cook all the food. We're about, I think, 12 of us, and one turkey probably won't go over.
I'm excited that we're doing the home cooked meal thing and that we're going to be like in a home, but we're normally in a restaurant.
I know, which makes it much easier. This is very
It's easier, but it's so like anti-Thanksgiving.
Well, I guess bah humbug. I really don't care that much. I really would rather go for the restaurant because it's less work for Mother, but I'm not doing it. So I think my son is doing what do you do? A turkey in the hot oil and then
fried turkey.
Fried turkey.
Nobody wants that either. Sorry, Jeff, if you're listening.
No, he said everyone thought it was very juicy the last time we had it. We'll probably have to make a brisket or something along with that.
Stuffing.
And
sweet
stuffing,
potatoes with marshmallow.
Sweet potatoes with marshmallows. And we're not making our string bean casserole, which we did on, you didn't like it. I sort of liked it. But we're not going to do that. We'll do some kind of broccoli, I guess, or steamed spinach. And then all the pies that go along with it.
We're not baking pies, right?
No.
You got to buy a pie.
We'll buy a pie. If it was up to me, I'd buy the whole dinner from Cinderella. Probably better. But
yeah,
anyway,
why not?
I know.
I guess that's like also not the Thanksgiving
vibe that everybody
energy
wants to do. I don't know why, because it's so much easier. But anyway,
and we could do paper plates. We don't even have to clean up.
Well, I don't think we're doing that either, but I would suggest that. I would suggest everything on a big plastic tablecloth with paper plates and cups and throw it all into a garbage can. Because
when it's that many people.
Yeah, it's hard.
Actually, yeah, but like
just
there is
getting
something
all the
about
dishes out
a holiday
alone.
and it like feeling nice when you like special when you bring all the things.
So then we all have to wash the dishes together. We're going to be doing a lot of cleanup.
I'll think about it.
I know that. That's what I have a feeling. Everybody abandons ship at the end.
Yeah, I just disappear. I Irish exit right before the cleanup.
Exactly. So anyway, we'll have looking forward to that, and I think we're going to see some shows when we go back. Also, I think we're going to see Six, which is the story about Henry VIII and his wives. So that should be fun. Everybody loves the music to that.
You know what I really actually want to do now that I'm thinking about it, except I don't even know if I have a free night to do this, Friendsgiving.
Oh, that's very
Which is
nice.
like you get your friends together and like it's also potluck. Like everyone kind of brings their own thing. And
I think
it's
that's
like,
fun.
Yeah, should I do it?
I think you should do it for the end of The Bachelor. The Golden Bachelor. It would be fun.
Well, I'll also do a Golden Bachelor finale party, but that's completely separate from Friendsgiving.
I can't wait for that. When is that happening? Not this week, but I think the end of is it after Thanksgiving that he's going to announce it? What happens if he doesn't pick a mate?
It's on Thanksgiving, the finale.
Oh my gosh! Then
we should turn it on.
I'm not cleaning up either.
Yeah, we have things to watch.
We have things to watch, but
I'm excited. Also,
if he doesn't pick a person. Is that a possibility?
It's happened like one. They're definitely not going to do that because it's the first Golden Bachelor, and that would be like sad. But they have had one or two Bachelor seasons where they didn't pick someone either because they like felt they made a mistake and like let a person go they liked earlier.
Right. That can
Or
happen.
there's been ones where they picked somebody but they didn't want to get engaged. They were just like, we're in a relationship. But the whole point of the show, it's already fake, the engagement. Like, you might as well just do it. But
Oh,
I guess
all right.
it is a sacred thing to get down on one knee. But like, don't be the bachelor then. I don't know.
guess I don't know, because it's sort of when older people do this, it's more of you're not waiting years to go to follow through on the commitment. So it'll be very interesting if this really does work. But whatever it is, he's wonderful. I love watching him. I love the women. Last week did a whole thing about all their different feelings. The ones who were rejected, who didn't get
The women
roses.
tell all.
Right.
You're
And-
just learning all these bachelor things
Well, I
now. It's
never
like I've been
watch it.
watching this forever.
Well, I never watched this, so this is my group. So I'm having
Yeah.
fun watching it, and a lot of these women were very much involved with Gary. They really seem to get emotionally involved very quickly.
Yeah, you know why? It's because you're in a bubble for 7 weeks and you're only looking at one guy.
Oh, maybe that's
Like
it.
that-
Because I
so-
can't imagine falling in love after two evenings having dinner.
Well, also, then you're sitting around with your friend, with the other cast members, and you're only talking about this one
that,
guy.
right.
And it's like, I think I would be like, fall very easily on a show like that because I have a very obsessive mindset. And if you're sitting there and you're talking about the same guy, and like then it's building up and you're seeing that guy and it's like a whole thing,
I
like how do
guess.
you not?
I guess it's something that's very foreign to me, but
Well, I
I
think
can
there's
see
like
that they're all very emotionally involved, and
Yeah.
some of them. One woman was really heartbroken. I felt so badly for her. I was crying watching it on television.
yeah. Do
But
you know who it's down to? Because you can make your prediction.
No, I really, you know what? I know. I think it's a lady from
It's
Florida.
It's two women. No, I don't think she's from Florida.
I thought one of them was from Florida. One has short hair.
No, they're both long hair brunettes.
Oh, then you know more than I. Maybe the one I was thinking of got booted off
Probably.
already.
Okay. Well, then we
whatever.
can't make
Well,
predictions.
I can't
mean,
make any
yeah.
predictions.
But going back to Thanksgiving for a second, with like a tablescape, do you have any advice on like what goes into a good Thanksgiving tablescape?
Well, I think, you know what, we're certainly into the fall colors.
Mm-hmm.
So orange is very big. You want the turkey. So I used to, and I would always, when I did the tables in my own home when the kids were growing up, I always put a line of pumpkins, different sizes, down the middle of the table. And then in the center, I would get a low, because you can't get anything high because everybody, wants to look over the table and it's very distracting. I would get a low arrangement of like orange and yellow flowers, whatever they may be, that you
I know
can
we have
find in-
napkins of like fall leaves of those
Exactly.
colors. Yeah.
Or even anything that has like the chocolate little turkeys for the
Oh,
kids.
yeah, that's
I
cute.
always like to get those and put those, in front of each place for the children.
And you could order all this kind of stuff from Amazon.
I'm sure everything is
yeah.
online now, so I mean, that it just makes it like you put a little effort into it. And I always do. And when I was doing it, I used white plates so it didn't clash. But whatever you have that looks a little festive, you put out. You do your holiday best. And
I asked our Echo Show 8 from Amazon,
right.
that I'm like always talking to all day long. I asked like what makes a good Thanksgiving tablescape, and it said very similar, like fall colors, like things, autumn kind
Yeah.
of vibe.
Even leaves,
and
even pretty, a project that we used to do. I don't know if anybody does it anymore. You'd go out into your backyard if you happen to live in the country, or if you go to Central Park or wherever you're near a park, and you take leaves like right now, which is the middle of November, and you take them and put them with your children in a book. You press them, and then by the time Thanksgiving rolls around in 2 weeks, they'll be dry and they're pretty. You can either children can trace a pattern of a leaf, and they can make that as a place card, or they can make it as a little decoration on the table. I think when you have young children, you should get active in
Yeah.
how they can participate in the decor. Even if they paint a little picture of the family unit, what does it look like? Whether it be a mom, a dad, two dads, two moms, a dog, a cat, and put it on the front door as a welcome
That's
sign.
cute.
Those are all little personal things that children can get involved with, and maybe some holiday music that you could tape.
And you can, not to plug Amazon Alexa again, but like you can ask your Alexa like play festive music, and it'll just play it. Or there's also, I know, a ton of like interactive kind of games you can do on there too, and you could like do holiday trivia and like have it ask your kids those kind of questions. So
Yeah, you want
without
to
having
have-
all the supplies, it's easy to have like one device to just do
Right.
everything
I
on
think,
as well.
and I think it's fun to include everybody, all ages, in your planning, because then it makes it just it makes it an evening for the whole family.
So I want to talk about dating and Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
When is it appropriate to bring a significant other to your Thanksgiving celebration?
Well, we've sort of mentioned this before in other holidays. I think Thanksgiving is a time for holiday. If your partner at the moment is really a legitimate partner, or even if it's somebody you're living with, it could be a roommate. I think if they have nowhere else to go, it's always nice to ask somebody to come for the holiday Thanksgiving. If they don't have, if the person isn't a local person, is not going back to their own family. If you're dating someone just casually and he comes from the same area as you're from, I think it's not appropriate. I think they should go to their family.
I agree with that. Like, why? I think just go with your family for Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
If you're just dating.
Unless it's a steady relationship, and especially if the family doesn't live
Right. Like
in
if
your
you're like,
area.
oh, I don't want to go across the country right now to
Right.
California, so I'll just go to my boyfriend's Thanksgiving in New York. Like
well,
that's
that would be appropriate
totally fine.
anyway. Exactly.
But I'm wondering, like, what if you're married and like,
I think you take turns. Now,
Right.
my son is married to a young woman who came from Ohio, and she used to trade off. One year
Right.
they would go to Ohio, one year they would come here. I mean, I think that all depends on the relationship. You want to share. Sharing is very big in any time. You have a relationship, and I think you have to include, now if you live in the same local area and you're really going together for a while, and the families need to meet each other, it's a nice time to
Like join
invite the
for
other
Thanksgiving?
family.
Right.
Yeah, it's a nice time to join up, unless
Unless
the other family's
30 people, yeah.
It's all individual circumstances, but I don't think anybody should be left alone for Thanksgiving.
yeah, I just
Or
can't
Christmas,
imagine
or
like
Hanukkah.
not
I think,
coming to my own family's holiday celebration.
well, that's something that when you end up with somebody permanently, you have to allow for that. Say, I'll go to yours over Thanksgiving. Let's go to yours over Christmas or Hanukkah,
Maybe.
or whatever, Kwanzaa, whatever.
I'm trying to
holiday
think
you
if I ever
celebrate.
brought someone to our Thanksgiving. Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Not that I can think of. When was the first time you brought Poppy to your Thanksgiving?
When we were married.
And then what, you joined?
And then we
or-
joined families.
Okay.
Then families all went together. But we were very fortunate. We all lived very close to each other. We lived within, half an hour of each other's. So we did it, but not prior to our getting engaged. No, first of all, I wasn't engaged that long, so it didn't cover an entire year. I was engaged about 6 months before I got married. So, we really didn't. By the time Thanksgiving rolled around, we were already married.
Right. Okay. And I feel like we've talked about this before with past holidays, but are there any advice, like let's say you are going to your significant other's house for the Thanksgiving holiday, like what are you bringing with you?
Well, I think you have to bring something. I think it's just a nice thing to do, whether it be a bottle of wine. If you know the person likes wine, you could bake a cake if it's something, that you're good at, or purchase a pie of some sort. It's very much just not going in empty-handed. I would never do that. Or if there's some book that you love and you know these people like to read, I would definitely do that as well. You can have a gift wrap a lovely book and bring it in. That's always appropriate. I think it doesn't have to be a major thing. It just has to be something that you think about and that shows your thoughtfulness. And that's just a very nice thing. Or you can ask your significant other, does your mom would she love me to bake a cake of a particular type if you're a good baker, or if you're a good, even if sometimes you could even bring a plant of some sort, a beautiful little
That's a good one.
little chrysanthemum plant or something that's very holiday-ish. So I think, but just something. You have to bring in something with a ribbon on it. It always looks pretty when it's dressed up nicely.
I was trying to think of a 50s movie of the week that was Thanksgiving related or holiday related. Do you ever see Miracle on 34th Street?
Oh my gosh, but that's Christmas.
Okay,
That's
because
the most classic.
that was 1947. I couldn't find like a Thanksgiving classic movie.
I don't know. I'm sure there is. I'm sure if we look up, no, I would even say Chevy Chase's movies are all about Christmas too. I don't think there's anything specifically.
There has to be like someone's family going over for Thanksgiving, or like this is 80s, but like You've Got Mail or something like set in the city around the fall time.
Well, it's around the fall time, but not specifically Thanksgiving. I mean, there are a lot of people that I guess don't want to make such a big. A lot of people don't make such a big fuss or go to the parade on Thanksgiving. See, to me, when I was growing up, the big thing was to come. I lived in a suburb. We used to get dressed all warm, and we used to come into the city and go see the parade.
Oh, you actually went in person?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a big deal.
So it wasn't as busy?
No, it was busy, but we went. The city wasn't as busy 50 or 60 years ago as it is today.
Because you can't even like get close to a float. Well, no, you can't even get tickets.
Well, I had a grandparent that lived on the west side, on the Upper West Side.
Oh, so you watched it from inside.
And we used to look from her window, which was like a great on 72nd
Yeah, that's
Street.
like
that
ideal.
was a great scene. But we also liked to go down and see the live entertainers because it was great. It was a treat for us.
Yeah.
And I think it's still a treat for young people or for anybody. The parade is really spectacular.
Yeah, I did it once. It was freezing, but I loved it. But I think we had to get like tickets. I think.
Well, not to watch the parade,
No,
to
I
go
think we
down to
did.
34th Street.
I think we did. I think my dad got tickets to sit in a bleacher. Like, I don't think you can just go.
Yeah, but that's downtown. That's at the actual Macy's. That's not anywhere along the route. Anybody can go look at the parade along the route of the parade.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I wish all of you a happy and a healthy Thanksgiving. I hope your turkey turns out well and your stuffing. And give us if anything was really special, we'd love to hear about it. And we'll put it on the next podcast.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Another great episode of Excuse My Grandma. Follow us to watch our Thanksgiving festivities as well. And we will see you next week.